the stand your government has taken. Let's just think about the campaign you ran and about the rhetoric used by your Prime Minister, Mr. Orban. He basically told your people that all of the immigrants were potential terrorists. Did you think that was acceptable?
No, we didn't say that. What we have said was the following. I know what I've said. What we said was the following, that mass migration without any kind of regulation, control or check gives the opportunity for terrorist organizations to send their terrorists to the territory of the European Union. My question is it a rational debate to speak about whether this uncontrolled and unregulated migration, whether it has given a chance to terrorist organizations to send their terrorists or not? Yes, of course it did.
Not quite what Mr. Orban said. You say, listen, this is what he said. I made a note before entering this interview just to be sure I knew what he'd said. This is what he said during the campaign, and this is a direct quote. Every single migrant poses a public security and terror threat.
That's right. That's right.
Every single migrant.
Yes, because if people come into the territory of your country without knowing who they are, that's a potential threat.
That's a potential threat. I would put it to you, to most people across Europe, that is language which suggests that the population of your country should see every migrant as a terrorist.
But, you know, we didn't have to influence our own people, because our own people, the Hungarian people, voted on the basis of experience, because we were the country where 400,000 of these people marched through, violating our border. They occupied public areas. They blocked railway lines and motorways. The Hungarian people, they shouldn't have been influenced. They knew what happened last year, and they don't want these kind of scenes to be repeated.
They clearly, they knew, not least because, as one of your independent think tanks showed, 95% of broadcast media coverage of this referendum campaign was supporting the government's line. But nonetheless, you still, despite all of that money and effort you put into the campaign...
That position is ridiculous.
It's researched. Yeah, but despite all of the money and effort you put into the campaign, you couldn't get even close to crossing the 50% threshold. It was a humiliating failure for Mr. Orban.
No, it was not. It was definitely not. Sorry to laugh at it. There were 3.3 million people voting no, meaning backing the position of the Hungarian government. You know, just one second.
Sorry. In a country of 10 million, that wasn't even close to getting over the threshold.
You posed the question to me, I tried to answer. You know how many people voted on our accession to European Union? 3.05 million. You know how many people voted on our party to win two-thirds majority last year? 2.1 million. 3.3 million people. Never happened in the history of our country since transition that so many people would have voted into the same direction on a single issue.